Hello and welcome everyone. Danny Garola here with Pink Barn Stamper coming to you from Tucson, Arizona. Ooh, my glasses are glaring awfully bad. Hello, Miss Peggy. Glad you could make it in. Oh, as I throw my glasses everywhere. So it's kind of good to be back home, but I have to tell you guys, it was so nice going on our vacation, taking that RV out, and finding out that she is prime. Oh my gosh, we had such an amazing time. It is something we are definitely looking forward to getting out and doing another trip. It was just beautiful in northern Arizona where we had went. The camp, the state park that we had stayed in is called Dead Horse Ranch. Amazing. We will definitely be going back there. I think we've already got a trip planned. So when we come back, hopefully we get to make it to Oregon, probably around September-ish. So hopefully when we get back, we want to either do a winter trip up there or do a like early spring or late winter trip up there. We just think it would be so pretty with the snow on the mountains and stuff. So we're really looking forward to getting back up there. I already miss it. We had a wonderful time. And you guys who saw some of the pictures that I posted, you saw that my daughter caught a fish. That was so fun. I swear, the rest of the day, she had the biggest smile on her face. Like, she was so proud of herself. Then we caught some crawdads, which we actually caught them with a fishing pole. My friend actually brought some crawdad cages, but we didn't bring them at the time because we didn't realize there was crawdads in the water. So we actually used her fishing pole. She put the line in the water and they would bring their little claws up and they would grab it and then she would just swoop them up onto the banks of the water. It was kind of fun and then we just let them go back. It was all catch and release. We don't eat that kind of stuff. But anyways, it was so fun. And driving up there, I actually opted. So since our besties went with us, I opted for me and my daughter to drive with my friend, and then her husband rode with my husband in the big RV. Just because I'm so like leery of riding in it until I saw how well it is smooth. We just had brand new tires put on it. And my husband said it makes all the difference in the world having brand new tires put on that thing. He really noticed it. But she hummed right along. He had the air conditioning going. And that's one thing I wanted to tell you guys that was so like amazing. Is it was still pretty warm where we were camping, but the AC in that RV, as big as it is, you would think, oh my gosh, it wouldn't be able to stay that cool. It was almost Arctic. Like we had to turn it up a couple of like temps because in the bedroom there's two AC units, the roof units. One is like more towards the living room and one is towards the back bedroom. The back bedroom gets Arctic. It's so cold back there. It's super nice for women like me who are getting older. Don't tell. And and at night, you know how we go through the things that we go through. So having it be so cold at night was perfect. But during the day, when it was still like 100 degrees outside, it was still super cold in there. My friends, they have a little pop-up trailer that they brought. So being out there, they brought their dog also. It was so funny. Their dog, every time she was like, hey, do you want to go over to Danny's place? The dog would take off around the corner of our trailer to come and get inside of the RV because the dog wanted the AC. It was so funny. I was like, yeah, your dog, his name is Tucker and he is the cutest thing. I was like, Tucker loves us now. He loves us for our cold air. So I cannot express to you guys how wonderful it was. It was so well needed. Then we got home on Saturday, kind of, de-escalated, got stuff out of it. I did laundry. You guys know how it's like when you come back from camping. And then my daughter spent yesterday pretty much sleeping the whole day because it just tuckered her out. But I know she had just as good of a time as we did. And then we come home and my son's 19th birthday is today. So we kind of spent this morning kind of running around and getting all the things that we needed for his birthday. We just did, he requested ice cream cake. Well, here in Tucson, it's still very warm, so it's like the last thing on the list that you stop and get the ice cream cake before you head home. And we live about 45 minutes out of town. So it's like you have to quickly get it in the cooler, get ice on it, and then like you go straight home because otherwise it would be goo cake by the time you got home. So he opted to have what did he pick? Oreos and cream. That's what he picked. Or cookies and cream with Oreo. And so it was very, very yummy. I will tell you guys that. And it was refreshing to have an ice cream cake. We don't have them very often. It is something that he requests. And I think we picked one last year, but it didn't taste as good. This one that we found was actually very tasty. So he got to open up his presents and everything earlier. And of course he's 19, but still to us it's fun. And it's nice having him around. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard yet, but we have some wonderful promotions coming up for the month of July. I know a lot of you guys got your hands on, July. I know you guys got a lot of those great deals in the month of June when you were able to save the extra 10% on those bundles. But let me tell you guys, so starting on Wednesday, the 3rd, we have a whole new line of online exclusives products that are going to be rolling out. Now, with that, you're not going to find any of those products in any catalog. Look how blonde my hair is right here. Isn't that crazy? The sun has just bleached my dyed hair out. Sorry, squirrel. But we do have the online exclusives. I have gotten some of the items. There's like 20 new items that are going to be coming into the online store. I am going to show you some of the stuff that I got. The second thing is that glass mat. Now, when I flip you guys around, I'll show you all the things that I'm talking about. I just want to make sure I get this out so I don't forget. And I know some of you guys have other things going on in life and can't sit here the whole time that I'm doing this. The glass mat is going to be available for you guys, the customers. It was on pre-order this last month for us who are demonstrators. So now it's your guys' turn. The customers get to get that beautiful glass mat that you see me use all the time. And then we also have the bonus rewards that are coming out. So that starts as well. That means you are going to earn a $5 coupon for every $50 that you spend during the month of July. I will get more into details about that when we flip the camera around and I show you guys the little brochure for that. And then also the month of July is the month that when you place an order with me, if you're already a customer, this does not pertain to you. If you're already one of my customers, you're already going to be on my mailing list for catalogs. Now, when I say catalogs, that means we have a new catalog coming out. It is going to go live, when does that start? That is going to start in September. So catalogs will be mailed out in the middle to end of August. So this month right now, when you place an order with me, you will be put in my mailing selector. So that means I pay Stampin' Up! To send you a catalog. So you're going to get that catalog sooner than if I have to wait until August till I can order my bundle of catalogs, and then I have to package it up and then I have to mail it to you. So it has to go through many more hands if you wait for me to get them and then mail them out versus during the month of July, which you're going to want to shop during the month of July anyways because there's so many wonderful things happening in July. It's almost like Christmas in July. That's kind of the way I see it. So just to let you guys know, when you place an order with me through the end of July, I normally will do my order. It looks like the 31st is on a Wednesday. So I will probably put in my mailing selector on the 30th, which is a Tuesday. So as long as you place orders with me during the month, if you're new to me, you will be put on my mailing list to get a catalog to you. So just so you guys know that. there was something else that I wanted to tell you. Oh, I do have a new host code. You guys have seen that over on my Facebook page. I will put it in the description of this video. Just know that every week when I do this class, I offer this class as a kit to you guys when you shop with me through midnight on Saturday of that following week. So this Saturday would be the 6th. So when you place a $35 order or more with me through Saturday the 6th, you have until midnight. Well, midnight Pacific time, which it would be past if you were anywhere else besides Hawaii. So you will get the kit in the mail. It looks something like this. Each card is individually stacked in there. You're going to get 3 cards, one each of each design that I'm going to be featuring tonight. Tonight, I am going to be playing with the new Charming Duck Pond. This is such a cute set, you guys. I showed my mom this morning. She came over today, and I was talking to her, and I said, oh my gosh, look at the cards that I designed for tonight's class. Now, I did this before we went on vacation because I knew I was going to be tired. I was just going to want to, like, chillax when I got home from vacation, because isn't it always the way, like, that works out, is you always need a vacation after vacation? Yeah, that's kind of how it was. So when we got back on Saturday, I pretty much came home. Trying to think when we got home. I think we got home probably around like 4-ish or 5-ish, and I went straight to bed. I took a shower and then slept. And then I didn't wake up until like 10 the next day. I was super tired. And then I came in here and I worked. But I knew that I had to design tonight's cards ahead of time so I wasn't like stressing myself and making myself nuts. So that's what I had done. So I showed her the cards that I am playing, that I created for tonight, and she fell in love with them. She goes, looking at that set, she goes, I could not even fathom the cute cards that you came up with. I said, well, see, that's why I do what I do. And she goes, well, that's exactly it. She goes, that's why you come up with the fancy to turn that set into something that is just glorious that you wouldn't, really see unless it was in front of you. I go, yeah, well, that's exactly it. Hello, everybody. It looks like I see quite a few of you guys coming in here. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Carol. And Becky. Welcome, you guys. Hello, Kay. Hello, Linda. And Miss Bonnie is in here with us. And Frida, you made it this time. And it's actually letting you do your comments. I know last week, I gotta turn this fan off. I'm starting to have a hot flash. I know not last week, but the week before, some of you guys were having problems commenting in the live chat. I can't speak for why that was happening. I do know that you have to be logged into your account, and I'm pretty sure you guys all know that. But I don't know what was going on with that. So my apologies, not that I had anything to do with that, but it still sucks when you can't write, you're watching and you have a comment to say, and if it doesn't let you, that kind of just fouls things up. Hello, Mary. Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for coming in here and watching. I think I'm going to get you guys flipped around because I do have quite a bit of new product. If you guys can see, I have, here, let me turn you this way just a little bit. I don't want to make anybody sick. But I have a whole box of stuff to share with you guys from that online exclusives, just so you guys can kind of see more of a visual. I know it's kind of hard. And look, doesn't this look like a mess? I need to clean. I need to declutter. That's what it is. It's not dirty. It just needs to be decluttered. But, oh, that was the other thing that I wanted to tell you guys. So, you guys know that I got the barn, and the barn is all set up. It was kind of a temporary thing. We had to have it out front because the company did not let us know the square footage of the area that they needed to bring in and get their trucks around to place it into place. So anyways, we had to let it sit out there for a couple of days. Thank you, Kay, for sharing. We had to let it sit out there for a couple of days. We had to have them come back after we had our tractor guy come in and move more land for us. So now it's set up where it needs to go. Okay, that's fine and great and dandy. It's perfect where it is. But We are in our monsoon season. And, oh, I thought somebody opened my door. I was like, what in the world? Um, we are in monsoon season, not the official monsoon season, but it has been pouring rain out there. Well, we kind of ran into a little pickle. The barn leaks like bad, like bad leaks. Like it's not just like a little trickle down the wall. It was like flooding inside of the barn. I was so upset. I was like, oh my word, this is the last thing I want to deal with. But you know what? Business happens, right? So my husband, we went on vacation and we're like, no, we'll just deal with it when we get back. We're not messing with this. We've got other things planned. So anyways, we got back. My husband emailed the company and let them know what was going on. Thank God we didn't have anything out there yet. Like we had a couple of boxes, but nothing near that wall that was the water was coming into. So they called him this morning at like 6 o'clock this morning because they're over on the East Coast or Midwest, whatever. So they called and they are sending somebody out to fix it. So that was good. I'm glad that they are going to, be a reputable company. That's great. But it was just insane. My husband went out and he took a video of the rain pouring in. Now, you know, like when wood gets a little knot in it, and you know when the top part of that knot falls off, but then you can just see kind of the little knot in there. Literally, rain was like pouring in through that knot of wood. So all the flooring, like the first panel of flooring, is all now green because it's hot here. And then you add moisture to that, things get mildewy, things get gross. So they're going to have to replace that first whole part of the flooring as well. So I'm just so grateful that we didn't move stuff out there yet, because otherwise my stuff would be kind of a wet, hot mess. Like you're talking paper, you're talking stamp pads. If they were to get wet, not that they would be on the floor, but still having that kind of moisture go into something like that and be in there with that heat, that would not have been good. I mean, we would have the AC going at that point. You thought I was going on at 7. Nope, I am 5 o'clock. That is my time now. I changed that. Oh, God. Quite a few months ago, I changed to going on at 5. 7 is just too late, especially for those in the Midwest and the Mid-East and the East Coast and that kind of stuff. It would be way too late if I went on at 7 o'clock for them. So no, I changed to 5 o'clock. Yeah, what a mess, right? That's exactly what it was. It was just, I was kind of like horrified. I was like, no way is this happening. So you can tell that the seam where they put the roof on, the roof has a metal roof to it. So I know it's not the roof. But on the one side where the roof meets the walls and they put a big trim across there, they obviously didn't put the caulking up there, or however, they didn't seal it tight enough. And that's what was causing me problems. Something came up for 7. Huh. Well, I don't think it was for me. Oh, it was telling, yeah, 7 Midwest. That's right. It would be 7 their time. Because it would be 6 Mountain Time, because right now we're on Pacific Time. So it would be 7 Mountain, or 6 Mountain, 7 Central, and then 8 o'clock Eastern. Right? Do I have that right? I'm pretty sure that's right. So yeah, I don't know why it did that. Maybe again, I mean, I can't speak for what happens with Facebook, but I do tell you guys that when I post those things, sometimes the times are not right, and it depends on where you have your settings set for. Normally, if it's on a PC or a phone, it would show you the correct time. But then again, I don't know. I'm sorry that it did that to you, but I'm glad you found me. That's what counts, right? So yeah. All right, I'm going to get you guys flipped around. I think that's what I wanted to tell you guys. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for that, I will be in here. The only reason why I'm not over at my mom's house doing it is because I don't know what is going on with her internet. I cannot watch on my other device at her house. Like, I don't, she has the same exact internet that we have. We both pay the same thing. We both have our own modems and we both have our own setups. But for some reason, I cannot read your guys' live chat and comments, and that drives me bananas. I have to be able to see what you guys are saying. I want to interact. Okay, hold tight. I'm going to get you guys flipped around here, so don't get sick. If you need to close your eyes, please do so. I will let you know when I have everything centered here. So hold tight. The trip was amazing. I do have to say, it went quite smooth. I was pretty ecstatic that everything like just happened so gracefully. Because not always is that the case. And that's why I was saying that I rode with my friend, her husband rode with my husband, just so I could feel comfortable seeing, because she was pulling a trailer behind her, but she was in an SUV. And my husband and our friend, or her husband, were in the RV, and he used to drive trucks, her husband did. So he was there to kind of help my husband when it came to like gears and all that kind of stuff, which we found out that that RV is already like auto geared. Like it knows when it's going down a hill. It has the exhaust brake, so it slows you down that way, because we had some pretty big, there was like a 6% grade that we had to go down. And that thing slowed itself down so much, he didn't even have to gear down or anything. But he found out that it does that all on its own. Like it knows, which is crazy. Like, because it's not a new like model of a trailer. It is an older trailer that you would think that it didn't have those kind of features on it, but it did. Those big diesel pushers, they know, like those diesel trucks, they build those things, those engines for the long haul and for dealing with like the grades and all that kind of stuff. So, okay. So let's get down to business here. Haven't seen any rain in a month. Ooh. And saw that in Wisconsin. Yeah, no, because aren't you're in Yuma, right, Melanie? Are you in Wisconsin? Is that what you're saying? We've had some pretty good rainstorms here. Now, it was kind of funny. We hadn't had any rain, but then the day that we left and we went up there, so that was last Monday, when we went up there, actually, we didn't leave until Tuesday. I take that back, because we ran into an issue thinking that our RV wasn't going to be done yet at the mechanics, but it wound up getting done earlier. But anyways, so we left up there Tuesday. We hit a big storm when we got up there, and it rained up there in Cottonwood. It rained all the rest of that day, plus all night long, and then it was kind of drying out, but it made it super humid. Now, down here in Tucson, my son stayed down here with my parents, and they got some pretty big storms down here, because my son called me and he was like, oh my gosh, Mom, monsoons are upon us, even though it's not officially upon us. Yeah. Well, you know what? Late vacation might mean that things cool off, so that's okay. It happens when it needs to happen. That's just the way I see it. Okay, so for right now, we are in the period for the paper pumpkin for July. This is called the Painted Petals. This is, you have until July 10th, so about 9 days to subscribe to this left. Craft beautiful cards with unique watercolor designs and pretty layers. It's going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. Projects includes printed card and coordinating envelopes, pre-cut paper pieces and embellishments. And it says that the kit comes with the beautiful coordinating box. This does look like a beautiful box. I do love all these colors that are on it. and it looks like it's going to be kind of a floral print with those. And then don't forget that we have the, since this is a new kit for the quarter, we do have the new every celebrations die add-on that you can purchase in the store. This does have to be purchased through paperpumpkin.com. There will be a link in the description of this video when I am done. I have to go in and put all that stuff in there. But yeah, these are beautiful dies. They look like, this one looks like it's going to actually coordinate with a flower stamp in there. This says hooray. Then you've got this cool little leaf right here that looks like it's going to be perfect for the autumn abundance, the September kit. So just so you guys know what kit is available right now. Okay, so for online exclusives, this is what I was telling you. Now, I don't have brochures for everything that is going to be coming out, but I do have a couple of brochures for some of the big, more popular sets that I think that are going to be sticking around a lot longer. The way online exclusives work is sometimes they don't restock the online items. So as far as the exclusives are concerned. So they do tell us that if they have made a flyer like this, that these are more likely to stay around a lot longer. So that lets you know that if you see this on here, that you can get some of the product that goes with it for quite some time. Now, this is a suite collection. You can purchase things individually, but the suite collection that comes with 2 bundles in this, plus you get this gorgeous Seasons of Green and Gold designer series paper. And you're going to get the cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive back berries. Also the very vanilla satin ribbon. When you buy the whole suite collection, it is called Season of Green and Gold Suite Collection. Now, from what I'm hearing from other demonstrators and through Stampin' Up, they really project this to be an extremely popular set. So my suggestion is, if you want this, go in on the 3rd and make sure you purchase this collection, or at least the pieces that you want before it sells out. And just remember, you're also going to get those bonus rewards for every $50 that you spend. You're going to earn a $5 credit. Now, that credit will not be able to be used until I think it was August. I'll get to that brochure when we get there. But there's also another little stamp set that goes with this and coordinates well. So we've got the stamp set that's called Greetings of the Season. Now, these greetings are all about your holiday sentiments. But there is one that you can add on there that is called Everyday Greetings, and this has your everyday greeting sentiments on there. Like, you've got anniversary, you've got thank you, birthday, best wishes, congratulations. Just some really pretty other sentiments that can continue on with this collection if you choose to purchase this. And then you've got some really pretty bows and some garland and some other little floral images up here that are just so pretty. You've got this really neat little bell too. You can kind of see the picture of the bell right here on this card that they have created. And this beautiful greenery paper. It's the designer series specialty paper because it does have gold foiling in this paper. So that is one of them that you might want to write down and make sure you remember that one. The next one is called the, this is the Iconic Celebrations. Now, I didn't order that one. My mom just ordered it today though. So that one I will have in my hands probably like within a week or so once we get it, that I can actually show that. If you didn't order it and you're still kind of on the fence, I can show you the real thing. But for now, I can show you this Iconic Imagery one. Now this one comes with our Iconic Celebrations. Imagery is the stamp set. So let me show you that. And I also made a couple of cards that go with that. Here is the ribbon right here. If you order this whole suite collection, you're going to get this ribbon here. And that is the basic white, and it's got kind of these little frilly edges on it. It's really kind of neat. Now you could take your Stampin' Blends and you can color over that. Here is the paper. Now this paper, if you can see here, you've got paper for all different occasions. You've got some Christmas here. You've got some winter where it's got snowflakes and some little doves. You've got some like birthday paper with some little candles, and you've got, this could even be for like New Year's or 4th of July. You've got some like bursts of like fireworks. You've got some wine glasses that look like for celebration. You've got some hearts for Valentine's Day, leaves for fall, an acorn for fall, and then you've got the pumpkins over here. So wonderful, wonderful paper. I'm gonna just flip through this really quick to kind of give you guys kind of a little quick view of this. There's the Christmas trees, and then this is the flip side of that. Then you've got little candy canes. The flip side looks like that. There's those wine glasses that I was telling you about with the hearts. The acorns with the polka dots. Now this is Cajun Craze here, so you've got more of those fall colors in that. A really pretty gingham Christmas print here. And then some little berries. There's those leaves on that Cajun Craze with your green Mossy Meadow stripes. This is the one that I was saying that would be good for like New Year's or the like a anniversary or 4th of July. Look at the candles for the birthday. That's fun. I love this. Look, it's on the not Mossy Meadow, what am I trying to say? The Moody Mauve. You've got the colors in here with the little Christmas trees. That's for your winter. There's those cute little pumpkins with some pecan pie stripes. Look at those doves. Aren't those fun? There's some stripes with Mossy Meadow, and I'm assuming that's probably Night of Navy or Misty Moonlight is the blue stripe in there with some more Christmas trees. And then this is kind of fun confetti looking paper with a neat little pattern there. So just so I show you that, that is the Iconic Celebrations paper. It goes with this sweet collection. Here is the stamp set. So it has all sorts of, you've got some Christmas trees, some little greenery, the leaves, the snowflake, your candle, some hearts, and then you've got great little sentiments in there. And here is the dies with this beautiful big label in there. We love our labels. And then some smaller ones with your cutout for your Christmas tree and hearts. Now let me show you, let me find what I did with the embellishments. Well, shoot, did I already put them away? I hope not. Because the embellishments are really cute. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you these really quick. These are some of the cards that I made using this set. Well, that's gonna bum me out if I put those embellishments away. Is that them? No, that's not them. What do they look like again? They are called Pecan and Clear Ribboned Adhesive Back Dots. They're really pretty. Oh, there they are. Okay. These are so neat. I don't know how well you're going to see it, but they've got like this little piece of silver foil, like a little ribbon through them. And this has got the silver going through it too. Again, I don't know how easy it's going to be to see those lines in there, but they are beautiful. Look, I've put a couple of them on this card here. I did a little bit of gold embossing with that. And then this one's just kind of a simple little birthday card using the little candles, and see how you can build those candles. You do the little flame separate from the candlestick. And then this one is just the trees are stamped on a piece of vellum and put on there. So super fun. Okay, so again, that one, if you want the whole suite collection, that suite collection is called the Iconic Celebration Suite Collection. And that gives you the embellishments, the ribbon, and that set, and the paper, or you can buy those individually. And then we've got, let me grab the rest of the stuff here. This set right here. This is called the Scenic Pumpkin Patch. Now, I was not able to make samples with everyone, but I was trying to play as much as I could today to get some quick cards made to show you kind of what these sets have to offer. So this is the first one that I did here. This is making just a little grove of those pumpkins. Now the pumpkins come in 3 different sizes, so you can really have fun with this, making the different like look of these. As if you're getting closer, they get bigger, and then they get tinier as they go out. So I did that one, and then I did this one, just using some different stamping techniques with my trees to give it more of that fall look. Okay, and then that one does not have any dies, so that is a standalone set. And then I also got this one here. This is called the Potions and Spells. And this has the little cauldron die that you can cut out. It also has little handles that you can put on your cauldron. You've got a buildable little broom here that the stamps don't coordinate with that, but you can build a cute little broom. I wish I would have had enough time to really show you this, but you're gonna see me using this in some upcoming weekly classes. And then you've got the Double Toy in Trouble. I love that sentiment. A little Hocus Pocus, Spells and Potions, Happy Halloween. Then you've got that cauldron with some bubbles. You do have the, I thought I saw a die that cut these out. Maybe not. But you can make bubbles. There are all sorts of sizes of these circles to make your own little bubbles to add together. And you've got the different sizes right here if you want to stamp them. The crow is cuttable. It comes with its own die. Then you have a little potions bottle right here that you can make some different little potions bottles and set your little fun books next to. So really cute for the upcoming Halloween season. Then this one I think is going to be also another super popular one. This is a hybrid. So in other words, it comes with the dies that cut with the embossing folder. This is called Changing Leaves, and then you've got the Changing Leaves hybrid embossing folder. So this is the dies right here. I am such a sucker for leaves. We've really had some beautiful, over the last couple of years, some really pretty leaf sets. I should have opened this, so I apologize for not being on the ball with having this one opened. Ooh, this comes with 2. Look at there. So this is going to fit into your embossing folder. So you have to know that this is a 3D embossing folder. So look at those leaves, and they all have their own textures to them. Oh, they're so fun. This will fit in here just like so, to match, to cut and emboss your individual leaves. So you can make those 3 different kinds of leaf sets. Isn't that cool? And then you've also got the open leaves that have the little veins in it. There's those. You've got some different, ooh, I like these. I like how they're kind of the circled ends to those banners. Those are neat. So there's that. And then you've got, you are amazing, here for you, a little note to brighten your day. I couldn't have done it without you, and thank you. And on both of these cards, or no, this card right here, a little note to brighten your day, is, I got that sentiment right there from it. This one is from the iconic imagery, that sentiment on that one. Okay, so that is a 3-part set when you get that bundle. Okay, I think that is all I got from that. Let me keep everything together. So you've got quite a bit to choose from as far as the holidays coming up, and they've kind of started you early to doing that in the online exclusives. Again, that starts on the 3rd. The Glass Mat Studio is going to be available for you guys on Wednesday the 3rd as well. And that you guys have seen me use. It is this big glass mat. Now, I don't know if it's going to fit in this whole thing. It also comes with your little rubber holder here that if you stick that to your glass, it's not going to move anywhere. Your little Stampin' spots fit in this perfectly. You can put some water in here, a couple of drops of your re-inker. You could drop your re-inker in there, mix it with water, and use that to do watercoloring. Plus, it comes with its own chamois to wipe up your mess, so you get ink on your, so let me show you how well this cleans up, just to give you a little demo. Oops, I dropped my ink pad. Oh, wasn't that a bummer? I mean, but watch. When you are using this, not only can it be used for the fact that you drop something and now you need to wipe it up, but you can also grab a piece of your paper, come in here, grab a couple little dots of water in that, and now you can watercolor. And once you have that on there, and now you're done using your ink, look at there, it just wipes off just so nicely. This mat is a lifesaver, I will tell you that. That thing just sticks right on there, and then I keep my chamois in a clear stamp case, so it just kind of holds its moisture a little bit longer. It is, I can't remember the size of it, but it is awesome, and it is going to be available to you guys as customers coming the 3rd. Again, I will tell you guys, I don't know how many of these they have in stock. There was talk that they thought that they might run out of them just because so many demonstrators ordered them, but we have not heard anything beyond there, so I do know that they have them available for customers. I can't tell you how long and how many they have in stock, so if you want it, I highly, highly advise you getting those earlier than later. So on the 3rd or the 4th, make sure you go in and order yours before they're gone, because there's no guarantees about how long they're going to be around. Then we have our bonus days. So if you do want that glass mat, just know you're going to earn yourself a $5 coupon. The way that's going to work is you're going to shop and earn. You're going to earn a $5 coupon for every $50 that you spend between July 3rd through July 30th. Okay, there's no limit on how many coupons you can earn. Make sure you use a valid email address when completing your purchase. So make sure you have an account in my online store, which is shopdannygarola.com. Make sure you create yourself an account. Write your password down, have your computer save your password so it's already there for you, so you're not fumbling or stressing out that you can't find your password. And then when you go in there, you're going to go ahead and put all your purchases, what you want to order on there. And then you're going to get a separate email. That's where the save comes in. Step number 2. After placing your order, the coupon code or codes, depending on how much you have spent, will be emailed to you. They're going to come in a separate email. Make sure you save those emails. Write it down or save the codes, or even take a picture of the codes so you don't miss out on your savings. So what I do is I take a picture of the code and I write it down on a sticky note, and I keep the sticky note over here where I have the list of items that I need to order. But I have a desk set up. I have everything here. Now, if that sticky note happens to fall off there because it loses its goo or whatever, I know I have that backup on my phone because I took a picture of that code when I went into my emails. Now, that being said, I also save my emails. But if you're like me and you get a ton of spam and junk emails, sometimes it can fall lower down on, into your emails. I always try to make sure I delete everything, but sometimes some go through and whatever. So you're going to have to keep scrolling down because you're not going to be able to use those until August 1st through August 31st. That's your redeem period. So that's step number 3. So you can redeem your coupons between the 1st and 31st of August. Use as many coupon codes as you want during your checkout. Here's a tip. Remember to separate each code by a space, just so they will fit in there. Because if you put one code in and then you automatically, without putting a space in there, add another code, it's not going to work. You need to put in your code. There might even be a hyphen in that code. I'm not sure. Make sure that goes in there as well. Then make a space. You don't need to do a comma, just a space in between that and the next code to redeem those codes together. And make sure you use them all before the month of August is over. Okay? You guys can always email me with your questions. stampinthepinkbarn.com. At gmail.com is my email. As you can see, I have changed my name around. You can also, if going to stampinthepinkbarn.com is too hard to get to my blog, you can also get to my blog by pinkbarnstamper.com. That's sometimes a little bit easier to remember. But if you get to my blog by this one, it's still going to work. So if you're new to me and that's too hard to remember, just do pinkbarnstamper.com and that's going to take you right to my blog so you can find out all the things. Now, I will let you know I have not put any of those new promotions over on my blog yet. I've been kind of busy, so I will get that done within the next day. Like I said, those promotions that I just talked to you about do not take effect until Wednesday, July 3rd. Okay? This is my new host code for the month of July. So I was telling you, in order to get my weekly kit, you're going to purchase $35 or more by Saturday, the 6th on midnight to get this specific kit, and use my host code, the GVBS7YMV, to get this kit in the mail. This is going to have enough product in it to create the 3 cards that I'm going to be sharing with you guys tonight. It looks like lots of colors in there, huh? But really, they're going to be fun. You guys are going to love these cards. So let me get that out of the way. Again, we are using the Charming Duck Pond. I'm also going to be bringing in a couple of more sets in with this. I am going to be using, this is called the Countryside Corners dies. I'm going to be using that as well. And of course, because why wouldn't I, the Stylish Shapes dies. I'm going to be using those too. Let's go ahead and do giveaways since I have them sitting here waiting to be called out to you people who have won for liking, commenting, and sharing my video. I will walk you guys through each one of these papers. This is the Lily Pond Lane 6x6 paper that goes with that. But let's do our giveaways. Okay, so for liking the, not last week, but the week before, since I was on vacation last week, this card here is one that we made. Now, it was the nature, what was it called? The Spotlight on Nature is the set that the bundle that we used. And I also used some of our glimmer paper. This one here is going to go for liking last week's video. So all you have to simply do is hit that thumbs up for me, or the little heart, and then come back in the comments and tell me that you've liked my video, because I can't see if you've liked it or not. So you have to tell me that you've actually clicked the like button. I can only see the number of you who've done it. But this card here is going to Miss Linda Hunt. Thank you so much, Linda, for liking that video. This is going to come your way. Now, I didn't put a sentiment in this, but we do have the little flowers down here. You can send this to whoever you want and put whatever kind of sentiment you want in the inside of it. Okay. The next one here is this beautiful leaf imagery, and I used some watercoloring technique in the inside of that embossed image. And then I've put that paper, carrying it over on the inside, and then stamped in there. This one here for commenting on last week's video. This one is going to Miss Frida Alsip. Frida, this is going to come to you. I'm sure you're going to love this. So thank you so much for commenting. Now just know that you don't have to be live and comment in the live chat. If you're seeing this later on in the week, you can also come into this video here on YouTube and leave me a comment. I love to know where all my viewers are watching me from, so you can come in here and let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what your weather's like, because I'm kind of a weather geek. That works as well. But just know that you have the whole week to come back and comment and let me know, what's going on. If you have a question, you can leave that for me in the comments. I do read every comment that you guys do leave for me. Now, when you share my video, I know that's a big ask, but when you share my video, you also need to come in and comment that you have shared my video. Again, it's one of those things that I can see how many people have shared, but it doesn't tell me your exact name on who has shared. So in the comments, let me know that you've liked and shared my video, and then you can be entered into the drawing twice. So this card here, along with the Driving By stamp set, this is one of our cling stamp sets. It also has your adhesive stickers to go on the back of that. This here is going to Christine Lazarides. Not sure if I'm saying that right, but you know who you are. I do not have your address. So if you can please, either if you're on Facebook, you can message me over there, or you can go to stampinthepinkbarn@gmail.com and you can email me your address there so I can get this in the mail to you. But you're going to receive this beautiful, one of our new in colors, the peach pie. This is using some of that glimmer paper as well. On the inside, I have also stamped that floral image, and then we've got some of that designer series paper carried over to the inside. So congratulations, all you guys. Thank you so much for helping me out, sharing and liking and commenting on my videos. I truly appreciate your guys' interaction with me. Okay, let me set that stuff aside. Now let me show you guys this paper. Since I have it here. Now we are going to be using this piece, and that's why it's in the front. Look at the little sceneries on this. Isn't that just adorable? Now the back side of that has your pretty in pink little gingham print. Then look at these ducks. Look at the little mama duck with her 3 babies. Oh, that's so cute. So I have a sad story to tell you guys. Right before we went on vacation, you guys had known that I had told you before that something broke into our chicken coop and stole like half of our chickens out of our coop. Well, the night before we left to go on vacation, they came back with a vengeance. I don't know if it's coyotes, I don't know if it's bobcats, but it wiped out all my ducks. They wiped out all my baby chickens that we just hatched. They took everything out of my big chicken coop. I was so upset. They like literally, I've got this soldered kind of fencing that's supposed to be really like hard for other animals to get into around my chicken coop. It has to be double wrapped. It literally tore it off of the coop. We just got done reinforcing it the last time they got in there. It almost looks like crazy vicious, like a chupacabra or some crap like that. You know what I mean? Where you think of this crazy vicious animal like ripping through this metal. No joke. It literally happened on my chicken coop. So just a sad little note. I know these ducks remind me of my cute little ducks. So I told my husband, I said, well, it looks like we're going to be ordering some more ducks. But in the first place, we're going to have to move that chicken coop closer so I can keep an eye on it. Because I do have cameras out there. And because of where it's at, the stinking range of it didn't go out that far. And we put a motion censored light on there, because once the motion sensor light comes on, then we can see the camera will kick on. Well, the motion sensor light didn't come on that night. Oh, I was just like, are you kidding me right now? But yeah, it happened. Look how pretty this paper is though. On a positive note, we've got some gorgeous paper in here. Look at these koi. Again, I'm a sucker for koi too. Yes, raccoons are crazy. Well, speaking of koi, when we lived up in Oregon, my husband's stepdad, actually had a big pond of koi. He had to keep it covered with metal plating because the raccoons would get in there and steal his koi fish out of his pond. But I can look at this paper and love it just as well as a pond, right? And then look at this. This has got more of that cute little ducks. I love this one with his little butt sticking up. You know how the ducks dip in to get the fish and stuff? So cute. And then you've got a koi with that frog there. And then you've got more of an abstract look on the back side. And then there's this one. That's a great little scenery right there. We're going to actually use a piece of that. Then you've got more little baby fish. Look at this one going under the weeping willow tree, and then all these little pads. We actually drove by a place when we were up in Cottonwood that had actual lily pads out on this big pond. They were these big white lilies out on it, and the pads were just huge. The lily pads were. It was so neat, and there was a great big weeping willow just out in the middle of this grass. Did I show you the back side of that? That one's got some really neat little floral images. Look at this one. They almost look like they're talking to each other. Very, very cute little images here. I love this. The little pussy willows. I actually took a picture of, they had the pussy willows up there around the lake that we were at. I haven't seen those since I was a really young kid. How cute is that? Mama with her babies. There's the little lilies right there. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this paper, but it's so pretty. Look at this. This is like, you know, when you blow on the, oh, what are those, dandelions? You know, when they turn into the little white puffs and you blow those off of there, that's almost what this looks like. Unless these are little dragonflies. They could be either or. You pick what you want it to be. But isn't that paper really pretty too? Okay, so there is this paper. Did I show you the back side of that? Probably not. Oh, yes, I did. Okay. Okay, we're going to keep this piece out because we're going to actually do some cutting of some of these ducks. We're going to do some fussy cutting. Okay, so card number 1. Let's go ahead and get down to this. Where did I put my cards? So I can see my sample. Okay, so we are using, this is gray granite. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Let's fold that and find where is it? It's probably, oh, there it is. Jeez Louise. burnish that down. This is going to be a portrait style card. We also have a bunch of little scraps that we're going to need here for this. Let's see what I got going on here. We are going to need a scrap piece of, like I said, you pick whether or not you want that to be the little palms off of that little dandelion or whether they're dragonflies, whatever. Now I've used my scrap of this along with the Countryside Corners dies. And what I have done is I have taken, this is, so you have this center little banner one, then you've got 1, 2, 3 of the open corner. I have taken this one and I have put this on here and I've ran that through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and that is the little piece that I need. That's what the back side looks like. And that is all I need that set for. I just needed something that had a little bit of different shape to it. Then I am using the sheet that has those pussy willows on it, but I'm going to flip this around because I really want this to stand out on my paper. So that's going to go next. But you can still kind of get this little texture behind there. This is going to sit like this. I have a little strip of the back side of that little scenery with the gingham print on that. That is 3.5 by 1/2 inch. That's going to go on the front of my card. I need a scrap of Pretty Peacock. I need a scrap of Basic White, a scrap of Pretty in Pink, and a scrap of my Granny Apple Green. Okay, now with those scraps, I'm going to do some die cutting. I'm going to get out all my die cuts here. On my Granny Apple Green, what I want to do is I need to take, we have a little set of those lily pads. I'm going to take that and I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. Now hopefully my fan over here is not driving you guys bananas, but it is too hot to not have that on. Now what I've done, I've just cut a couple of those out, and it does come with the single one on there. All I'm going to do is use the two that are connected, and I'm just going to cut that apart. So there is that. I'm going to set that aside so I don't lose it. Okay. That was on my Granny Apple Green. Then I need my piece of Pretty Peacock. Now you have this piece here that cuts out two of your Pussy Willow little greeneries. I'm going to lay this on here. I'm going to cut out one time. I'm going to go through and get two on this one. So here is 1 and 2, just like that. Then I'm going to cut it out one more time to get it a third time, just like that. Okay. With my scrap of Pretty in Pink, I'm going to take, now this comes with 2 of your little lily pads. I'm going to take that and die cut that. And then right here you have these ones that look like a little carnation kind of flower. It's more of one of those lilies that is still rolled up. It hasn't opened out yet. I'm going to take that and I'm going to cut that together on both of those. When I do, I'm going to come out with 2 of the little closed flowers and 2 of the open lilies. Just like so. Okay, again, set those over here so we don't lose anything. I'm going to actually take these and set these over here too. Okay, and then we have, that takes us to our basic white scrap. We're going to do some stamping on this. So I'm going to use this little duck right here. And now, as you can see over here, you've got more of the images that you can change the colors up for your duck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Pretty in Pink. My watch has this magnet on here and I find myself getting stuck to stuff all the time. That time it got stuck to my dies. Okay, I need Pretty in Pink. I'm gonna use Pebbled Path. I know we used gray granite for our card base, but I want just a hint of a darker gray for that. So that's for that. And then I'm gonna use my Peach Pie. Kind of a goofy color combo, but it'll work. You guys will see. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to take that duck right here. This little quacker. Oops, let me grab the right one. Okay, I'm going to stamp this in my Memento. If I can figure out where I put it. I thought it was sitting right here. Memento ink. I'm gonna stamp my duck. Isn't that such a cute little duck? Oh, love it. Okay, set that aside. I'm going to use that. Nope, that's not the one that I'm going to use. I fibbed. Nope, I'm going to use this one right here. Let's see. What do we want? We're going to use a little bit smaller one. Okay, like so. We do need a couple of other little pieces. Where's it at? Right here are its feet and the beak. And then, where's the other one at? Why am I not seeing it? Okay, maybe I just colored that in. For some reason, I thought there was a stamp, but now I'm not seeing it. Okay, so I'm going to actually not use Pretty in Pink. This, I'm going to actually color it in with my Stampin' blends. Sorry, didn't mean to confuse you guys. So these are the only color stamp pads that I need. I need Peach Pie and Pebbled Path. No, it definitely was not human. It would take an awful lot for a person to get into our yard. And I got to figure out how to put this without being like that person. But most people out here know that you do not cross that line and go into somebody else's yard. Moving to Arizona is like moving to the Wild Wild West, or at least out where we live, out here in Tucson, or out here way out in the desert. You don't mess around like that. It's kind of like mess around, find out. Remember, you've probably heard that saying. And that's how it is out here. You do not go into somebody else's yard and mess around. That probably would not end too well for you. Just saying. Not trying to take that to different extremes, but yeah. You know what? Maybe I didn't use Pebbled Path. Jeez Louise. I did this 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. That looks awfully dark. So hold on. We're going to restamp this duck. And we're going to do it in gray granite because I just think that's too dark on there. I don't like it. And that's not what my sample card looks like. So let's grab gray granite and try that because I don't like this. And that's not what my sample card looks like. And I do know that things lighten up, but we can always see which one we like better. Okay. Yeah, I think I use this one. Okay, so that is gray granite. And then we're going to take our Peach Pie. And then this has got the feet and the beak. I grabbed the wrong one. I want the closed beak. So we've got the little feet and the beak, and they line up right together, just like that. See how those work? Then where I took my pens, I grabbed my Pretty in Pink, and I'm just going to actually take the light and do the kind of chest area here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of color back here, down the tail and the back of the little tail, just to give him some really cute color there. I'm going to take the dark and kind of shade in right here where these little tick marks are, just like that. He's so cute. Yeah, I definitely like the lighter. This is a little bit too dark. I mean, it would work, but it's just not the look that I want. So then we're gonna grab the die right here, and this cuts our little duckling out perfectly. So let me cut that. And honestly, a lot of people out here have cameras. So somebody would have to be awfully ballsy, I just might as well say it, to come out here and just go into your yard for no reason, no rhyme or reason, to just go in there. And the thing is they were like just disappeared. Even our eggs were like cracked because the one duck that I had left in there was sitting on some duck eggs. And you could see that it had went in there and it was eating the duck eggs because all there were left were shells. And a human wouldn't do that. They would just steal the whole egg. They wouldn't mess around with cracking the eggs and stealing the insides. But the duck or the birds were just gone. And later on out in the yard, we found feathers. So that makes sense that whatever it was, it ripped the cage open. The chickens went running out to get away from this thing. And then it hunted them down and got them out in the middle of the yard. And I'm pretty sure our dog would have went crazy if a human being was back there, because my dog would have heard a person running around in my backyard. I don't know how he didn't hear an animal running around back there, but whatever. We have the AC going and everything shut in the house. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can watch me assemble this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, somebody said we do have badgers, I think. I recall it being said that somebody saw one going across our main road out here. I've never seen one personally, so it's only been hearsay, but that doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Okay, this piece is going to go first. I'm going to go ahead and adhere some of these background pieces down, because my friend said that when she was driving down the highway, she did see a badger cross the road. I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure it was probably a roadrunner, but she insists that it was a badger, so it must be. I don't know. I was just messing with her. Our next piece is gonna go on like this, but we need to take this little strip and I'm going to run it. Got to decide where I want this. So this is gonna go right in the center. I think I want this to go up just a skosh. Okay, we're gonna take this and adhere this right on here, just like that, just to kind of add a little pop of that pink. And then this is gonna go on here. Yeah, it was crazy when we were driving back from vacation. Thank God we went the weekend that we went because I totally forgot all about 4th of July. The road going up to Cottonwood was insane. The freeway was so packed going up towards camp because everybody was getting away for 4th of July weekend. I forgot all about it. Okay, so these little pieces here, I'm going to take just a dot of glue and add these together like that. Put this one on top of this one. Just kind of spread it out a little bit like that. Just kind of fan those out over each other. Okay, I need to take this. Ooh, I've got stickies on my hands. I'm going to take my 2 little pieces. Maybe I won't cut them apart this time. Maybe I'm just going to leave them together. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the bottom of the base. Just like that. Okay, give it. That is going to sit kind of like that. Okay, I'm not going to adhere anything yet because we got to find our placement. My duck is going to go right on top of that, but we have a sentiment that we're going to put on here. I'm going to do the "You Make Me Happy." Let me grab this. Now, on this one, I'm going to stamp it in Memento. I want that crisp, dark look to it. I'll show you my other card, and you can decide which way you like it. Okay, "You Make Me Happy" is just going to go right down here in this space below my Designer Series paper. Just like so. Okay, this is just gonna get, I'm gonna do a glue dot this time on here, on both of these. Yeah, well, we were up there, my friends, they recently just had to bring his dad down here and put him into a care facility. And while we were up there, they get a phone call that while he's in this care facility, because he's elderly, he decided to take off and go walking out in the middle of the parking lot. He walked right out the front door, and they found him wandering in the parking lot of the care facility. Well, it's 100 and hell degrees down here. This elderly man has a little bit of dementia going on, and they found him out in the road. I was like, oh my word. So they told them that they were putting him in the dementia ward, the memory ward, and he would have to be moved, and he was not happy about that. So she just called me today, and she said, she goes, hey, she said, we're moving Dad home because he is losing his marbles in the memory ward. The people, I guess some of the other patients that has to share a room with are like up all night yelling, and just he's just lost it. So I'm like, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. So my husband's talking about going over there and helping them build some walls in their house to kind of make a separate bedroom for him. Okay, so now we still have, it's just sad to watch people go through that. We've got our 2 little lilies, and then I'm going to use just one of those ones that is more closed up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glue, put on the back of this one. You could use a dimensional, or not a dimensional, a glue dot if you want. And I'm just going to push that one down. If you want, you can pop that up in front of it. That's going to stay right there. Now, there are some, before I get too far in this, this has, if you buy this as a suite collection, you can buy these separately. But if you buy it as a suite collection, the Lily Pond Land, what is this called? This is in the new catalog. I didn't even show you guys. If you like this stamp set and dies, you can actually get it in a whole collection where it comes with the paper and these really fun little embellishments. They're really cute. And the stamp and die set all is one suite collection. You can get it all together so you're not having to fumble, and make sure you get all the things, because I am using all of them tonight, showing this off. We are going to take some of these, but let's finish getting these on here. I think I'm going to pop this one up with a dimensional. This one is going to go right back here behind the duck's butt. And then this one, we're going to glue down right there. Okay, then I'm going to take these and I'm going to use the peach pie right here. Let's grab this. I'm going to take a little one right here, put that in the center of that. And then let's take one of the big ones, put it on this one that we have popped up. And then another little one on the center of that one. There we go. Those are kind of fun. Look like the center of those flowers. Then we've got to do an inside to this. And I don't think I've cut the paper yet for that. So let me get my white paper out here. I think I have a scrap right down here. There. And I think I thought I had a strip, here it is, of this pink. Now I'm going to run that down the inside of this. Just like that. And then we're going to flip this over and cut off our ends. Yeah, I was actually looking into the electric fences. They actually sell some solar ones that I thought I might put up, because we have the sun here, so why not utilize it for what it has to offer. And we found out as we were up in Cottonwood, we've had a coyote, and it actually is triggering our cameras. And it's actually going to my smaller chicken coops, but it has not ripped open my smaller chicken coops, which is surprising. But in the cameras that we have, because those smaller chicken coops are closer to the house, so I can see the coyote coming down to it. And all he does is he kind of walks around those smaller coops. But in those coops, there's actually like a chicken coop where the chickens can get up in a closed little area. The big one out back, the one that they snatched all the chickens, those only have they have separate rooms, but they only have the roosting bar. So whatever gets in there can go right in there and hurt them. Now the other ones, he can't see the chickens because they're inside of a little coop house. So anyways, this coyote, the first couple of nights that we had left for vacation, it kept getting into the backyard. Well, luckily the cameras that we have, we can actually talk through the cameras. So we had yelled through the cameras. I'm sure probably the neighbors at the camp probably thought we were nuts just yelling in the middle of the night. but it kept triggering the camera. So he would yell and it would go taking off. So when we got home, my husband saw that there's a big hole underneath our fence out there, that it had dug underneath the gate or the fence and was getting in and out of the yard. So he had to go out there and reinforce and put rocks down and everything for that. So yeah, we did see that there was a culprit to that, but I don't know if that's what got all the other chickens. Who knows? All right, so there is card number 1. What do you guys think of that? Isn't that so cute, using this charming duck set? Here's the other one. So this is where I used that same gray granite on the bottom to do the sentiment. I just think I like this darker one better. I mean, you guys can do whatever you want when you make your own. But I just think those turned out so stinking cute. Love this little duck. Love the pink on there. They're just kind of bright and cheery, right? Ha! You make me happy. Okay, so that is card number 1. Let me move that out of the way. Oh, I did want to let you guys know, I didn't order many of them, but I did order some because I have had a couple of emails come in. Now, you guys have asked me about this bow maker, bow jig, whatever you want to call it. It's wooden. A girl that I know makes these. I just ordered some of them from her. She's putting them in the mail tomorrow. This is a wood block. Her husband makes them. He drills the little holes in there. Now what these are is these are nails. They're just nails. He has filed down the sharp end of the nail and he has cut the flat head of the nail off and created this to use in here. You guys see me use this all the time to make bows. He took a little piece of a popsicle with a small little nail and drilled a little hole out. Now, when you're not using this and you want to store it, you simply slide your little nails in there, close that, and then they don't fall out. You can take this with you, but then when you want them, you pop this open. So these, just contact me, let me know. They're very, very inexpensive. So, I might need to order more. I'm pretty sure now that I'm going to have these in stock, you guys are going to be eating these up. So if you want one, make sure you email me, stampinthepinkbarn@gmail.com. And I can invoice you for these and get this in the mail for you. They're super awesome to have. I will tell you that. Okay, card number 2. Let's see, what do I want to make for card number 2? I think we're going to go with our landscape style card first. I mean second, whatever number card we're on. Okay, so for this one, let me get all the pieces out that I need. We are using Granny Apple Green, such a bright and cheery fun color. This is 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. Now this card is going to be landscape. I have chose those fun little lily pads with the lilies on there to go as my background paper. Now this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. That's going to go there. Then I need a piece of white that's going to go on the inside. I also have a strip of this lily pad paper that's going to also go on the inside, so I'm just going to throw that in there. I have a scrap of basic white. I have a scrap of peach pie, and I'll show you what I've done here. I'm not going to worry about that yet. I also have a piece of this, that paper that is right. This one, right here. I have cut down a small piece of that. And this is, again, Granny Apple Green. This is 4 by 3 3/4. So that means this has got to be 3 3/4 by 3.5. Okay. I'll show you what we're going to do with that in just a minute. We've got a scrap of yeah, a scrap of Pretty Peacock. I don't know why my colors are not coming to me to get today. Gosh, you take a week off and you forget everything. Imagine that. Okay, so now let me, oh, and then we need, this is where I was saying we need this piece right here that has these super cute ducks on it. We're gonna cut a couple of these ducks out to set in our little scenery part. We're gonna fussy cut those. But first I need to take this, and we're gonna do some die cutting with this. We are going to bring in our Stylish Shapes dies. I'm going to use the second from smallest of my circles. I'm gonna need that. I also need the dies right here. So what I'm gonna do is I need those little lilies on my white. I'm gonna cut those out. And when I do, I get my little lilies right here. I love them white. They are very, very cute when they're white like this. Okay, so we've got the two little white ones. Okay, we are going to take, I still need that. We're going to take our 3 lily pads on our Pretty Peacock. We're gonna run that through. When we do, 2 of those stay together. The one is going to be separated. The bottom one is separated. The 2 up here are just separated by a little dash mark, so those stay together. Okay, so that's what we needed that for. And then what I have done is I have taken this little ring right here. This cuts a full circle out of this. I have taken this and I have just taken it halfly, ran that through my machine. So then when I take this out, I am left with that. Now this is completely optional. You don't have to do it this way. Now it doesn't matter. All I need are these little images here, the little tops of the pussy willows. Okay, so I just need the 4 of those. So I'm just gonna snip those off. But I'm gonna let those sit for just a minute until I can cut the other part and glue those on at the same time. Okay, what we need to do is we need to take this green piece. We're gonna lay this. We're gonna just center it just like that. Okay, and cut that out in our machine, Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. When we do, we get this that looks just like this. We're going to take that out of there. Okay. This little piece right here is going to fit right in the back of that. Now it is a little bit smaller, but that's okay because we want to be able to adhere that on there to just cover the background of our image. So I'm going to run just a little bead of glue around here, more on the corners than the edges. Okay. Now this is going to get stuck. Oops, move our flowers. We don't want that touching anything. Okay, just like so. Okay, now we're going to use these, which is what came from this part here. I'm going to take these little pussy willows and just adhere it right to. Now, some might think that this is way too much work for this, but I promise you, once you see the end result, it's going to be worth it. You might just like it, the plain green, and that's good too, but I'm going big. Go big or go home, right? Okay, there's that one. Let me cut the other two off for this side. Ah, get off of me. Okay, that one goes right here. Let's do the last one. It goes right there. Okay, there's that. Add a little bit of color. Then with these I'm just gonna set, nope, I'm gonna take this like this and flip it over. These are gonna go right like that. So I'm just gonna glue this right over the top of this one. Like so. And then my third one, I'm gonna glue right on this one. And it's not gonna match perfect, but you know what? You get the idea. You can see it. Let's grab our light Pretty in Pink. And all I'm doing on this is on these little white lilies, I'm just coloring in that little center. It just really is kind of cute to see that, okay? That's all I'm doing for those. Okay, and on those, I'm gonna just add a little dot of glue to that little center. We're gonna put one right here on that one, and then do the same thing on this one, like that. Okay, that little piece is complete, besides the fact that we're gonna cut our ducks out. Get our ducks in a row here. That's gonna stay there. Oh, I almost forgot the main part that I needed. That's where I had that strip. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. I need to cut a strip of this right here. This pink gingham paper. I'm gonna do a 1/2 inch. Just cut that like so. And I'm gonna cut that down to the 5 3/8. And then we're gonna flag those ends. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the end here, cut right up the center, cut that, flip it over and cut that. Okay, there's my one end flagged. Do the same thing over here. Cut in, flip it over, cut in, just like so. Now we've got a little flagged into that. That is gonna actually sit. Let's start getting a little bit of this adhered first so I'm not losing pieces. Okay, look at the back side of that. Isn't that so pretty also? I love the pink with that pretty peacock. Okay, let's put our little lily pad piece on here. Like so. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the inside of my base. Just right along the bottom here. Okay, this little flagged piece is gonna go right behind here like that, but we're gonna put that on dimensionals. And I'm gonna leave the backing on that for just a moment. I'm gonna kind of see where I can get that centered. Okay. Okay, just like that. This is gonna then go right over the top of that with some dimensionals as well. Okay, like that. Okay, that's gonna sit there. Let's get all of our little backings off of here because they're gonna drive me nuts. Oh, what did I just do? There we go. All right, this is what we're gonna use for our white, so let's not forget that. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, that was all we really needed that scrap for. I know it seems like kind of a waste, but isn't that cute with those little peach pie on there? Now I need to grab this paper here. And I think I like, look at the little head on this one where it's got a green head. I'm gonna use, you know, I kind of like the butt of this one, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use this one. Right here. We're gonna fussy cut that one out. And then we need a couple of babies. I'm gonna use this baby right up here. Okay, there's that one. And then I'm gonna pick, let's use this one. Okay, that's what we need. And these are pretty easy because they're just kind of rounded. And if you miss any of the blue, hey, guess what? It's gonna go on blue. Nobody's gonna see that because it's all gonna blend in. The only thing is having your fingers cooperate to get in here and get these little tiny ducks to hang on to. I know there's a couple of you guys that really like to fussy cut, so this would be a total good card for you. Okay, I think that little ducky is gonna sit right there. The mama, daddy, whatever role this duck has. Ew, get out of here. So we bought my son a pretty neat Legos Star Wars set. I can't remember the name of it. It's Falcon something. I'm not a Star Wars fan, so I don't have any clue. It's called Falcon something. I just remember that. And so he was super stoked. He's like, good, I have something to occupy my brain. He went and had a job interview the other day, so he's kind of like, he knows it went well. He feels pretty confident in it. But you know that always, the time that you're waiting for them to call you back, you're always like, oh, kind of nail biting. So he goes, yeah, he goes, this can occupy my time while I'm waiting for them to call me back. Which I'm pretty sure he got the job because she's a friend of my husband. She used to work with him where he works now. But now she's the manager at this store, so. And then we ordered him a fish tank. He wants a fish tank in his room. So I'm waiting for that to come. It was supposed to be here by today, but I just got the notification that it's not going to be here till tomorrow. So I told him, I said, that's good. I said, because then we can get it set up. And I told him the second part of his present would be taking him in and picking out fish. Okay, so let's take this. Let's just go ahead and adhere this in here because I'm going to leave that blank. Okay, like that. Now don't lose our little ducklings. So with this mama duck, I'm going to pop her up. And with this baby duck, maybe we'll do, hold on. Let's add this one really quick. I'm gonna put this one right here, like so. And then I will put the baby duck right there, or maybe I'll put that one up there and put this one right here. Yeah, I like that because it looks like they're talking to each other. Or squawking to each other, or quacking to each other, whatever you want to say. Okay, that one's going to go right there. And then this one is going to get it here back there. And this one looks like it's almost like yelling for the other ones. Mom, baby, brother, come back. Okay, maybe that's not what they're saying, but you get it, right? Okay, so now we need to take Pretty Peacock ink right here, and we are gonna grab our hello friend sentiment. Isn't that crazy? That did not require any stamping at all to make that. That was just paper. Oh, and then 2 days before we go on vacation, my dog gets bit by a rattlesnake. Yeah, tell me that's not like crazy. So we let the dog outside. My husband goes walking out right behind him. My husband hears my dad or my mom yell because my dad fell, but luckily he fell into the pool. So my husband was kind of freaking out thinking that he fell, and he was like getting ready to run over there and help my dad. Well, when the dog went running down, he hopped over the edge of the bottom of the stairs and went out and did his business. And when he was coming back, he noticed the snake. Well, my dog's dumb. I'm just saying the way it is. But I love him dearly, but he's not very smart. He turned around and went after the snake. The snake is a small snake. Now, we've all heard that younger rattlesnakes are more potent. Well, I'm going to tell you that's pretty darn true. My dog, I had no idea he got bit for the first 2 hours. I thought he was fine. Well, then I start seeing these little drops of blood come out of the little whiskery part by his nose. I told my husband, I go, OS. I was like, shit, my dog got bit. I was like, oh my Lord, what are we going to do? This is like midnight at this point in time. I was like, no vet is open right now. And by the time we get him there, they have to then ask you, what kind of snake was it? Because we've got a bunch of different kinds of rattlesnakes. Well, if you don't know what kind of rattlesnake it is, they can't give him the venom. So I was like, okay, I guess we just ride this out. So my dog actually did super fine. We didn't even notice any kind of So what I'm going to do is take the circle and I'm going to just go cut this out. So we didn't notice any swelling, any nothing. So I thought, oh, okay, well, maybe he didn't actually get hit, or maybe it was just a bull snake, because bull snakes will actually mimic the sound of a rattlesnake. So I was like, okay, because my dog wasn't around it for very long. He just kind of nailed it, but the snake went slithering out of the fence where my dog's yard is. So I thought, okay, cool. He didn't get hit with any venom. He's fine. Oh my God, I have to tell you. So the next day, my dog's head was this big. I mean, he's a pit bull, so he's got a big head, but his head was like triple the size that he was. Well, throughout the night, I've been giving him Benadryl all night long, because that's kind of what they say is give them Benadryl. And normally that'll help lessen the blow and blah, 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 blah. So I gave him Benadryl. We kept that up throughout the whole next day. The next day, my husband calls, gets an appointment at the vet. We run him to the vet, and she goes, there's really not much we can do. She goes, just keep an eye on him, keep giving him the Benadryl. She goes, I'm going to give you some antibiotic just in case it creates an infection. Then it will fight the infection off from the venom. And she goes, and then hope and pray. Because, I mean, we saw what happened to my other dog last year. So I was like, oh, great. I can't do this right before vacation. So we had to constantly keep him on this antibiotic, and the antibiotic had to run for so many days. And I was like, oh God, now I have to have my son not only feed all the other animals, not only keep the house, hold the fort down, but now he's got this whole nother responsibility to take on, plus do his thing that he does. So I was like, oh my gosh, do we take him with us? But then I thought, oh my gosh, I can't take him. He's never been in a trailer before. I don't know how he's going to react to that. I don't want to make things worse for him. But I thought, what in the world? Timing, really? So no, now, so his whole face, like underneath his chin and his jaw, turned black. And the vet goes, he might actually lose some of that skin. It might actually die. She goes, you might notice blood in his water. But she goes, it looks like he's probably going to be okay, because he made it through the night. He's not having any respiratory issues. His heart rate's not up. He's not running a temperature. He's actually kind of doing fine. So by the grace of God, he is doing fine. The swelling is completely gone now. He looks like a normal guy. Well, last night, so we have these big Colorado toads here. These toads are poisonous. Okay, so there is our beautiful little card. Look at there. Okay, now we're going to put some bling on here. And so we have these Colorado toads. These Colorado toads have a poisonous sac behind their glands in their face. And they make your dog, and believe it or not, there are people who actually will lick these toads to get the effect of being high. I know, mind-boggling, right? It just blows my mind, but there's actually people who do it. Now, so we collected 9 toads out of my yard last night. That's the most toads I've ever seen in a full season. So I collected 9 toads last night. So what we do is we put them in a bucket of water, and then we relocate them further out in the desert. They can find new homes. And then, so we do that. I just take them outside to take to my husband to go put out in the desert. I go to take my dog. So not even within like 3 minutes, I go to take my dog outside. Guess what is in the backyard? 2 more toads. I was like, where are these things coming from? Well, needless to say, he doesn't learn, and he went after it and got this crap in his mouth that made him a little bit high. So last night, he was kind of walking around with his eyes all dilated, and he was walking funny. And I was like, mister, you just got to figure life out here, buddy, or you ain't going to live very long. So there is, I know, life of living in the desert, right? We can look at beautiful ducks and just be cool, right? So there's card number 2 and the inside. So look at the other one that I used. I used a couple of the different ducks in here. This one was actually side by side. I know I could sit here with stories about the deserts for days. I actually used a plain piece of cardstock on this one, so you can see the difference. If you like the designer series paper or the plain, just cardstock, and then the differences in the ducks here. You can use any of those little ducks. They're just so cute. Okay, so now let's move on to card number 3. This one's fun. This one has a really cute layout. Okay, so we have Pretty Peacock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. Okay, this one is going to be a portrait style card. We've got a piece of white. This is 4 by 5.25. That's going to go right on the front here, like so. So we're going to go ahead and adhere that down. Okay, just like that. Our next layer is going to be a piece of Pretty Peacock. Now this is 2 by 4. That's going to lay in the center. We've got a piece of our designer series paper. This is 1 7/8 by 4. So you're just going to see just a very little tiny margin of that Pretty Peacock. It makes you guys want to move to the desert, huh? Yeah, not so much. Okay, let's get out all my other pieces. Okay, so we need a scrap of our, where did I put it? A scrap of gray granite. Okay, I've already cut my little piece out. So a scrap of gray granite. We need a scrap of Pretty in Pink. We need a scrap of our Pretty Peacock. We need a white piece of scrap, which is right here. This is actually a piece that's going to go onto, or we have another piece of Pretty Peacock. This is 2.25 by 3. Our white piece is going to be 2 1/8 by 2 7/8. That's going to go on that. That's going to be our little area for our focal point. We need a scrap of our peach pie. Then we need 2 pieces, which are 1 3/4 by 2 3/4 are both of those. And then we need 2 pieces of our designer series paper, which are going to be 2 5/8 by 1 5/8. So 2 of those, that's going to go there and that's going to go there. And then we are going to cut out our scraps. So let's go ahead and start getting this together. We're going to go ahead and adhere these right onto our little peach pie. Like so. You're going to have just a little 1/8 of an inch border around those. Okay, there's that one. We need to take our white piece and we're going to grab our brush. I need to move that out of the way. And I'm going to grab some Pretty Peacock. And I'm just going to rub some of that off over on my scrap. and then just lightly go kind of over the bottom half of this little white focal point, kind of creating a little bit of a water area. Okay, just like that. Now we can put this away. I'm going to then grab some of my Granny Apple Green. Where is my green? I gotta have some light here. Okay, where's my green one? I had a green brush. Oh well, we'll just use that one, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna grab some Granny Apple Green. I'm gonna take my small little brush, run this around again over here off to the side, and I'm just gonna go over this just kind of crazy. Just adding a little bit of swishes of color. It can be more intense in different areas, whatever. Okay, just like that. I think maybe just a little bit more. There we go. That's what I wanted. Some deeper color in certain areas. All right. So with this, I am going to grab this die right here that's going to cut both of those little pussy willow parts. Okay, I'm going to cut this out. And when I do, I'm going to have my little green pieces that are just kind of wispy, cut out of that part that we just added some ink to. I'm going to grab I think I'm going to grab that, let's see, what color do I want? Maybe I'm going to grab my Mossy Meadow Dark. That'll work. And I'm just going to go over this end here. You could do more of a brown if you want, but I'm just going to color those in. Yeah, so needless to say, we've had a pretty eventful week. Not only just from vacation. Okay, there's those. Set those aside. I'm going to set that there. We need our scrap. With our scrap, I'm going to take those 3 little lily pads and cut those out. Let me get all my little pieces that I cut out. Okay, take that. Go cut that out. Then I have my 3 little lily pads. Okay, I'm going to take my solid little duck right here and I'm going to cut that out of gray granite. Here's my duck. I'm going to use a piece of the peach pie and I'm going to use the solid little wing, and right here next to the wing, they're attached, is a beak. Okay, it's going to cut both the beak and the wing out. When I do, I'm going to get the beak, which is right there, and here's the wing. And then I'm going to take this little lily again, cut that out on Pretty in Pink. And when I do, I'm going to get my 2 little lilies. Okay, that's it for die cutting. I'm going to take my sentiment that says, "Have a lovely day." And I'm going to stamp that in Pretty in Pink. I mean, Pretty Peacock. And I'm going to stamp that right up towards the top center of this little white piece. Just like that. Then I'm going to arrange my little lily pads right down here at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and take some of my mini dimensionals. This is going to go right like, oops, maybe I need it to go this way. Like that. This one is going to get a dimensional as well. Or no, this one's going to get glued down. This is the little free floating one. It's going to go right like that. Okay. This little green sprig here is going to get a little bit of glue on that, and then I'm just going to pick that up a skosh. Just tuck that behind that. Make sure that stays there. We're going to do the same thing with this one on the other side. Tuck this down behind this one. Like that. Now we're going to take this little duck wing and where did I just put that? And because I just used this in my pretty peacock, I'm just gonna run this over the end of that, the back feathers, just like so. And then I'm gonna take my Pretty in Pink, and I'm just gonna run this over the top portion, like that. And the, come this way, swoop that down, just to add a little bit of color. Just like that. Okay, this gets adhered right onto my little duck here. Just like so. Give that a second. I'm going to put the little beak on. These would make super cute baby cards. If you have baby cards that you need to make, if you know somebody who's having a baby shower, these make adorable baby shower cards. Okay, I'm gonna put a dimensional there and a little one on the head. Okay, that's gonna sit right like so. Okay, I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna take my peach pie dark and I'm just gonna color in again the little center of that. And then place this on here. And this one is gonna go right over here. Okay. That's the, ooh, where are you coming from? These dang little spiders. Ooh, get. I'm trying to photobomb. Okay, this is gonna now get adhered to your piece of Pretty Peacock. Okay, and And let's go ahead and get these pieces put on here. This is gonna go right down the center. And it's the same width as your white. So just kind of find your center spaces there. You can just eyeball it. This one is gonna go, whoops, helps if I have my flowers turned correctly. I guess there's no right or wrong to that, but that's gonna go right there. And this one, watching kind of this same space up here, it's going to do the same thing over here. So I'm watching this space and this space to do the same along here. Pretty close. And now this is just going to get set right inside of this. Very, very neat way of setting your paper up. It's a great little layout. I'll show you the other card because I use different paper on it. And then you guys can decide what you like better. Okay. That looks pretty close to being centered. Hold that down. And because we've got so much dimensional here, we could pop this up, but it probably wouldn't mail very easy if we did that. I don't think the Postal Service would like us to keep popping things up. Okay, let me grab, where did my, guess I didn't grab an inside for this one. Thought I did. So let's see, I think what I want to do is I think I want to stamp this on here. So let me grab this. And I'm going to stamp that in the garden green. Just going to stamp it just like that. Okay, now you can see that there's empty little holes in here. Now I'll show you why. I'm going to grab my Mossy Meadow. And then we've got these 3 little Pussy Willow, the little parts for that. Now that needs to be flipped over to actually fit right in that space. It'll fit right in those little open holes. Just like so. Okay, those fit just like that. Our card says, have a lovely day. So I think I'm going to, again, leave this one blank in the inside. We could say we've got happy birthday. We could put a happy birthday in the inside of that. Have a lovely day, happy birthday. I think I'm going to do that, actually. I think we need a birthday card. So I think I'm gonna stamp that in Pretty in Pink. And I think I'm gonna actually stamp it right down here. Just like so. So now we're gonna put that in the inside of our card. Oh, this stamp set also has a cute little frog. I just didn't get around to using him yet. So all those little lily pads, you can actually cut out the frog. There's actually a die that matches the frog right here. He's sitting on a little lily pad. So there is card number 3. So what do you guys think of this? Are you guys loving the ducks now? It might make you rethink this set now that you've seen some really cute ideas, what you can do with them. This is what I was wanting to show you. See how I use the different paper on here? I did more pink than I did over here. And I actually put on this one, I put a little bit of Winka Stella on his wings to kind of give it a little bit more shimmer. I'm gonna zoom out so that I can bring all 3 cards back in for you. So there you can see the difference in the paper, how it just really makes 2 different looks of your cards. So let me put that one there, and let me grab my other 2 that we've created tonight, if I can remember where I put them. So there are our 3. These are the Charming Duck Pond. Super cute little cards that I have created for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this free card class. I so love doing this with you guys and just inspiring you guys to come up with even using this layout. I mean, you don't have to have this set to be able to make a card using this kind of a layout. Now, you will find all the dimensions over on my blog tomorrow morning at pinkbarnstamper.com is where you're gonna find my blog. You can shop with me, place an order of $35 or more at shopdannygarola.com. That is www.shopdannygarola.com by Saturday the 6th at midnight, and you're going to receive the kit in the mail. You must use my new host code here for July, and you're going to get the kit in the mail. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to get scraps for all your little pieces, but if there's anything extra, like I've used this little extra stylish shapes dies, or I've used the extra countryside corners, I'm going to pre-cut those for you, because I don't expect you to have all the things. But since I am featuring this set, you're gonna get like this big 4-inch square in the Granny Apple Green, but you're gonna need to have the dies to be able to cut this out. I'm not gonna cut that for you. It just seems to get too much. And that's kind of the whole purpose of you needing to buy this set and to be able to create these super cute cards, because you might want to change a couple of things up on these. And you're going to need, you know, the duck to stamp certain ones of these, like especially this duck here. Okay, you guys, have a wonderful rest of your week. I'm going to hope to God things settle down around here. Nothing more happens to any more of my animals, because I just don't think I can handle any more, to be honest with you. So you guys take care. If you have any questions, feel free to message me over on Facebook. You can add it here in the comments, and I will make sure that I answer you back. I always try to read every one of the comments. One is cuter than the next. Yes, aren't these cute cards just adorable? You do go through it, and that's what I was showing my mom. When she looked at the first one, she was like, oh my God, that's so cute. And then I showed her the next one. She's like, no, that one's even cuter. She's like, I love that little inner circle. I'm like, right? And then she said, but look at that. She said, I love the way that is set up in there. So yeah, you're right. It is one of those things that you just keep looking at them. But you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to add the embellishments to this. So let me add that really quick. So you get these embellishments in 3 different colors. So I'm gonna actually, since I use the pink on this one and I use the peach pie, I'm gonna use that gray granite on this one, just so you can see the use of these. I'm gonna do that there. And then I'm gonna grab 2 of the small ones and put those right like that. There we go. That makes that duck kind of stand out a little bit more with putting those gray embellishments on there. So there you guys go. There they are complete. I know I need to push those down a little bit better so they actually stay closed. But I hope you enjoy. Have fun playing with the charming ducks. And I will see you guys next week. Actually, I will be live over on Facebook on Thursday night, because since we were on vacation the last Thursday of the month, which I normally always do my videos, but I changed this to being done on the 5th. So actually Friday night, I will be live doing the alternatives to the Life is Sweet paper pumpkin. This is from the the June paper pumpkin. So I will be showing this to you guys and showing you some alternatives to that kit. So stay tuned for that. I will be live 5 p.m. Pacific over on my Facebook channel. That is Pink Barn Stamper on Facebook. It's Danny Garola, Pink Barn Stamper. You'll find me there. I will do the alternatives for that kit. Okay, you guys, have a great week. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.